In the electric haze of New York City, where dreams clash like subway cars at rush hour, Nikita Lev emerged, a force of indie rock grace wrapped in folk's raw whisper. Born and raised amid the skyscrapers, she was weaned on chamber strings and 90s band riffs, picking up flute and piano as a kid before trading them for a guitar at 10, scribbling her first songs under bedroom posters of icons who dared to bare their souls. Now, at 21, this multi-instrumentalist channels haunting authenticity into anthems of fleeting youth and adult shadows. Her 2023 debut, Elegance, pierced the veil, a Lana Del Rey-tinged lament for lost carelessness, followed by the brooding, We All Die Anyway, a wry nod to life's chaos that's soundtracking hearts from Brooklyn lofts to Berlin nights. With her EP Clearly Misunderstood dropping soon and a European tour igniting this fall, Nikita's voice, rich, restless, unapologetic, reminds us, in a world that rushes to forget, she makes us feel it all, one lingering chord at a time. Now here's the Trout with Nikita. Enjoy!
When I get emails from people, like from your PR people, and I get them all the time from different people, first thing I do is listen to music, right?
Yeah.
And it's a rules very simple. If I don't like their music, I'm not going to interview them, right?
Yeah.
So I put on No One's Gonna.
Uh-huh.
And immediately, it didn't take me about 15 to 20 seconds to say, that's a good tune.
Thank you.
Because I never know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I never know what to expect. I mean, I didn't know anything about you, and I never know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started listening to it, and I went, wow, this is completely different than what I expected, which is great. Let me talk a little bit about that particular tune.
Yeah, please.
First off, I'm looking at your bio and all that stuff. When you record something like that tune, what do you play on it? What is your instrument? Do you play? I assume you play something.
Yeah, I play. I mean, not always, but I play guitar. I play guitar on it. But also, I've been working with one person for this for all these songs.
Right.
He's in my band. He is my guitarist, so he can play the parts better than I can. So sometimes when I'm like, because it's different. It's different when it has the when I play it versus when he plays it. Even if it's the same chords, even if it's the same strumming, it's like a different feeling. But sometimes it'll just be easier if I'm just like, just do it. It's better because he's better at guitar than I am, obviously. But I think he played the piano on this one.
Okay.
When we were working on it, and we kind of, because I had written it on guitar and we changed up the chords.
That's what I was going to ask you. So you wrote it on a guitar?
Yeah.
I didn't sit down and play with it. What key is it in?
Oh my God.
What's the first chord? Let's just start there. Do you remember what chords you play in it?
Well, no, actually.
That's
hey, wait, let me ask him quickly. Richie, what's the first chord of No One's Gonna? G.
G. Okay. All right. I like that. Because I write stuff all the time for music libraries, and then people go, what key's it? And I go, I don't know. I just finished it up. I have no idea what it is.
I mean, that's not what I'm thinking about when I'm writing it,
So let's get, I'm more interested in this, and we'll talk about you in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because the layers in that, did you have your input from other people? Did you kind of hear all that? Because a producer myself, I understand one of the hardest things as a songwriter is to take what's here and tell people what it is you want to hear.
Yeah.
Now, some people, when they work with them long enough, probably with like your guitarist you were just talking to, they probably kind of know.
Yeah.
But when I heard it, and I heard and I listened to another couple of tunes too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you come up with a lot of layering in it, or was that with the producer or with other people of the band? Because it's really good. That's why I'm asking.
Thanks. It was collaborative. It actually took, obviously it takes a while because you start with the first thing. It didn't have drums in it initially. Actually, first it had like drum and bass, like breakbeat drums, and then we took them all out, and then we because we're like, it doesn't need to be drivey. Does it need to be like, exciting, or does it? Because I I go in there with like a certain image, and it's because it's not always like a music instinct of like I need the saxophone here, I need the keys here, I need the synth here. It's sometimes like I just want it to feel like, you know, walking down the street and the snow is falling, and it's like everything is peaceful and kind of golden hued, and I'm like, how do you convey that in a song, you know, besides saying it, which is not always getting the point across that you want. So,
but I think the other thing too is that what's good about that song and is it's not normal, and I mean this in a positive way. In other words, you don't sit down and go, okay, let's bring the drummer in, let's add the bass player. Okay, we need some keys. Like you was mentioning, like I feel like I need some keys here and all that stuff.
Yeah,
and that's what gives it a different feel to it, which is really probably you in one aspect because you're the one who wrote the song.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is it just has a sense. That's what I liked about it immediately, and I liked all the other songs I listened to. Is it's kind of and that's what I like about you, because you're not at your age group. I wasn't expecting. I never know what people are going to do.
Right.
You know, you could have come out with you know, Ariana Grande sound. You could have got, you know, maybe a rap sound, whatever.
Sure.
But this is the one thing I always ask artists like you. You're kind of in your own group, and you know that's good and bad.
Definitely, yeah.
So when you're trying to get gigs in NYC or any place,
yeah,
how do you and I mean, you just mentioned a while ago, because I was going to ask you, play back in the spring with the band. How do you get people to convey, all right, here's who's going to show up?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard because you want to be different, and but you also want to be able to present yourself in a concise and kind of, you know, I kind of am wary of this word, but easily digestible way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's the same with like getting on certain Spotify playlists, or like, cause it's like this genre, this kind of artist, this kind of idea, this kind of feeling. It's like, and also, you know, there's certain like artists that you think of them and they're like, oh, they're obviously for this kind of venue or this kind of crowd. But honestly, I'm still figuring it out. I don't really have an answer for you.
And you may never.
There you go.
As long as people show up.
I mean, that's all
and they come up to you afterwards and go, I really like that.
Right. Exactly.
That's all that matters.
Right. That's all I'm looking for.
Do you have and I looked at your modeling stuff and all this stuff that you've done. Do you want to convey a mysterious approach to life?
Kind of. I mean, I think I'm good. The thing is, I think that comes off just naturally, because even though I'm good with people, I am shy sometimes. So I kind of do take a step back sometimes when maybe I should be more aggressive or more like forthcoming. But I don't know, what makes you ask that?
Well, it's just your kind of persona. Everybody has a persona when they go out and they perform, or whatever their message is. You know, if I talk to you about a singer from the Midwest, you'll already put something in your brain. Okay, this is what this person's going to sound like, because you know that. If I talk about, we're going to play Southern rock, you'll know that's kind of what you already know. It's going to, it's going to sound like that. You convey not any of that. You just kind of have your own thing going on, which is different. Everybody always has people that they sound like. That's just the way it is. I mean, at my age, you've had years of playing, and people are like, oh, you sound like this, or you sound, oh, of course you do.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit. You started writing you were young, right?
Yeah. I'm 21.
Okay.
I started writing when I was 10, and writing is like a stretch. Like, I maybe wrote like 2 songs when I was 10 years old, and like they were like, one of them was for a class assignment, and then the other one was like you know, the classic, like, I'm walking down the street and I have big dreams kind of song. And yeah, and then I don't know, I think for my parents, it was really interesting to see me like be so adamant about this career path when I was that young and not knowing anything about it, not having any kind of, you know, I don't know, but it was never going to be anything else, which I'm really lucky.
You have something to say and you want people to hear it.
Right. I mean, I was talking to some friends recently and I was saying to them, I was like, there's truly nothing else that I could tolerate doing. And I can tolerate being a musician.
Yeah.
You know, because sometimes that's how it feels, even though a lot of the time it's great and I'm really glad. And sometimes I'm like, sometimes it's the things that I'm doing are a means to an end, you know, sometimes it feels like that.
As you go along with your career, you're young, you got visions of what do you want to do? I mean, obviously you told me this, you want to do music. Are you a person that sits around and goes, I want to do, go on a tour, I want to go play in front of thousands of people, I don't want to do that, I want to go into smaller clubs? What do you kind of see what your career would you like it to be?
I would love to be touring. I mean, I've been asked this question and it's hard for me to answer because I think as long as I'm making things that I'm proud of and I keep getting better and I keep exploring new ideas and I, you know, am kind of validating that like urge, I feel like, you know, I'll be satisfied if I keep doing that, if I keep having goals and more aspirations to do it on a bigger scale or just better or with new collaborators or with new, I don't know. It's also, I mean, for me, a good portion of the reason that I make music is to connect.
And so you're going to release the EP. How are you going to support it?
What do you mean, like shows or
So are you going to do
promotion?
shows or well, yeah?
Yeah, I've been shooting a music video this last week. I shot, and then this week I'm going to Paris to do it like a showcase.
I was told that you spend some time in Paris.
Yeah, I mean more frequently now than I have ever, because I love it there, and I do have PR there and like some booking agents there.
I assume you speak French.
Some French. I'm getting better because I've been going more. Yeah. And I'm shooting another music video while I'm there. It's all very exciting. I've been stressed about it, but I keep telling myself, like, even like thinking about 2 years ago, if I had said, no, you're going to Paris to play a showcase for a bunch of, I think, journalists and industry people and friends and things you're going to Paris to do that, I would have been like, that's so sick. Like, so sometimes you have to step back and be like, no, what I'm doing is eon's path, what I was doing a year or 2 years ago. You have to, because sometimes it doesn't feel like you're doing enough or you're not getting better, or because also it does. I think sometimes the better you get at your job, the harder it is.
Sure it is.
Well, the thing is that it's hard to take breaks. It's hard to like hands off because it's not the kind of industry where you can take a break and someone will do it for you and then you go back and it's not like you work in an office where if you take a 2-week vacation, somebody just fills in for you. Yeah. So if you don't work for 2 weeks, then you're 2 weeks behind, you know? And
if you're not, and here's the other thing, you know this too, there's no money in going on Spotify.
Right.
You know, you have to get out and tour. You have to do something, or whether it's touring or playing in clubs, whatever it is. Without that, you'll starve.
Yeah.
I mean, or you're going to, like a lot of people I talk to, especially in Nashville, they used to work during the day and do the bars at night until they got well enough, famous enough they could do that.
Right.
So, and you are right, because it's like it's constantly changing. Somebody asked you a question I thought was interesting, because I know the industry fairly well, and it was your answer. I don't remember what you said. They ask about, and I just saw it a while ago, I should remember, about TikTok artists.
Uh-huh.
And because I tell people that aren't in the industry, I always tell them what this is going on. They go to TikTok, AR. There's no such thing, I think, as an A&R person anymore. I don't think they go to clubs. I think they just watch stuff on social media, and then they sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you had an answer to that, and you said, I think you said, you don't think about it.
Retired or getting ready to retire? David Smith, your Edward Jones financial advisor, is passionate about helping you craft the retirement you've always dreamed of. With over 20 years of experience, David creates personalized financial strategies to secure your nest egg, fund that dream vacation, or build a lasting legacy for your family. At Edward Jones, it's not just about wealth, it's about living your rich life. Whether you're enjoying more time with grandkids or exploring new adventures, David's here to guide you every step of the way. Proud sponsor of The Trout Show, he's committed to making your retirement vibrant and worry-free. Connect with David Smith today. Call 469-372-1587 to start planning your retirement now. And, oh, by the way, David can assist anybody located in 48 continental United States. Call David today at 469-372-1587.
I mean,
which is fine.
I think I recall the question. It was like, do you think about the 15-second playing, is it playable on TikTok? And I think that was my answer, is I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
Because when you're making something, all you should be thinking about is, do I like this? Is this an accurate,
right?
Is this accurate to how I want to express myself? And does this sound cool? And I think you get, and that's when you're working on it. And I think you do get to a stage towards the end of making something where you're like, how will this connect with people? But I don't think about clips of a song, because I think there was this Matty Healy from the 1975, he talks about this conversation that he had with one of the son of a record label exec, and he was like, so who do you like to listen to? Like, he's like, oh, I don't know. What songs do you like? And he said, what, full songs? And I can't play into that mindset, because it just makes me depressed. So,
because the hardest thing to do as an artist is to not start thinking, oh, I should sound like so-and-so.
Right. It's hard. It's really hard, because sometimes you want to look to people that are saying you kind of sound like this person, and you're like, oh, is that what I should be doing? And then you see other people getting successful, and then you're like, should I be writing songs like that? This is the pop, but then it doesn't work, because it's not genuine, and it's not actually who you are. No. So it doesn't, and people know that, so they know that you're pretending, and the only thing that works is when you're not pretending. Yep. So I also truly believe that the goal with making music is to just get that barrier slimmer and slimmer between like what you're making and what your soul is saying.
Yep. And
and the more you do it, the better you get at it, because you're just learning to listen to yourself better. Because I think it's not really about where you get or how much attention you have. It's like, I think it's truly about how it feels to make and play the art, the songs, the albums. It's like, it has to, I don't know. Does it feel true? Does it feel, and also it's really hard, because by the time a song comes out, you've heard it like a million times.
That's right.
And so you're like,
You're sick of it.
I don't have any perspective on what this sounds like anymore.
Yeah, that's 100% true.
Like I heard Tom York saying that he once they finished Hail to the Thief, he like could not listen to the album again forever. And he was like, it's really nice to play it live because it has a new life.
Feel to it. Sure.
And it has, and we can, but I can't listen to the recorded versions. and coming from Radiohead's own Tom York, I was like, thank God he feels that way.
Everybody goes through the same thing.
I have, including me, there's four of us in the band. Okay. So it's me, guitar, bass, and drums. And then we've been using tracks.
That's what I was going to ask you, if you're using tracks.
Yeah, because there's a lot of like synthy like, you know, ethereal kind of sounds that we want. Right. But I'm trying to fix the show now because the gigs that we've been playing, a lot of the times the mix is wrong and the tracks overpower and the vocal. It's just like, it's a lot. So I'm trying to make it more band, like the band is the core instead of it being on top of the tracks and on top of. Yeah. So, and for a minute there, I was like, do I get a saxophone? Do I get a cello player to come and play? And it's a lot sometimes, but then you kind of take a step back. You're like, no, you don't, it doesn't have to be like an orchestra. Just alter it for the live show. It doesn't have to sound exactly like the recording.
Well, that'll probably come as you go because a lot of people now use tracks.
Yeah.
And I think the younger people are used to it now. Mm-hmm. Because when I was listening to your songs, I thought, well, it's going to be a little hard to play this out because you're going to have to use tracks. And as long as, I think you're 100% right, as long as the core is the band carrying the tune and the backup is the ethereal stuff.
Yeah.
It's also an interesting thing that more than one person said that you sound angelic when you
angelic. Oh, that's so nice.
And I thought, what? Yeah. I mean, when you kind of get into that, you're not a screamer. You're not one of these people. I have a sense that, and I tell people that, I don't tell everybody this, but first off, you got a cool name.
Thanks.
Thank your parents for that.
Yeah, I wish I could take credit.
You can't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But are they French? Or where are they from? Your parents?
No. My mom is part Ukrainian, and my dad is like German, but they were both born in America.
Okay.
And so was I.
Yeah, okay.
And there's some French a little distant ways, but there's no like immediate, like I didn't grow up going to France. The thing is I have French cousins who they grew up in France and like went to school in Paris. So I visited them like once or twice when I was young, but and I was around them speaking French, but it wasn't until maybe a couple years ago that I was like, I want to move there. I want to go there. I want to be there. So now I'm just also because I've lived in New York for most of my life. I only went to LA after I graduated high school for a year.
Were you born in New York?
Yeah.
Okay. So you lived in the city your whole life. You used to being in a big city, yeah.
Oh yeah. But I moved to LA because I didn't want to because all my friends were going to college and I didn't want to just sit and stay in my parents' house and get complacent. And also I wanted to experience a different life, a different kind of environment and idea. So it was sort of, in a way, it was me trying to jumpstart something else, which it totally worked. And then, but I hated LA. So I knew I wasn't going to stay forever, but I was there for a year and then I moved back. But this time I moved downtown because I grew up uptown, Manhattan.
Yeah.
And
I've been there.
Cool. And I think that I also just wanted to, I want to explore different cities because also I know that New York is, for me, I know it's where it's at.
Yeah, sure.
So I think that I could easily just stay here my whole life if I wanted to and be happy. But I really feel like I have to get a better sense of different people, different ideas. I can't just, and there's, you know, a plethora of ideas and different kinds of people and varieties in New York, but it's all New York.
It's New York.
So, and to me, Paris is so beautiful and so, and parallel to New York in a way that I can tolerate in a city where sometimes I can't tolerate a city. Well, it's really interesting to have grown up in a city where everybody moves to, because
never thought about that. That's true.
Well, because like most of the people I know are from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they had a whole different life, a whole different, you know, feeling to where they grew up, and then they moved here, and I'm like, I've been in New York this entire time. I need to see more and then come back. Like, I'll always come back.
Yeah. It looks to me like you don't spend a lot of time on social media.
That's a nice perception. I think I spend a lot of time on social media.
Well, that's the hardest thing, is trying to do that all the time and try to write and everything else.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly Instagram for me, because it's kind of turned into, I mean, Instagram in general has kind of turned into like a resume, or like a collection of who it's like who you are as an artist and what you're doing, and it is, and people judge you for it. Industry people, you know, and I do pay attention to what happens on Instagram, quite a lot, more than I would like. But I'm working on it, because I blocked it from my phone for certain hours of the day. It's also how you frame it. Like, I think for a while when I was first starting out, people like managers would be like, you have to be posting this many times a week and this kind of thing. And I'm like, for me, I think the difference for me is that I don't like posting just to post, just to remind people that I'm there, just to remind people that I'm a musician. Like, for me, I'm a little bit of a control freak. It has to be good. It has to be good. It has to be good quality. It has to be well thought out. And so it tends to be less often, because I can't just churn that out as quickly as a lot of people with who are just making easy videos, or trying to, you know, get attention. I mean, it works. It totally works, and I respect it, because it's a lot of work too to do that. But I don't find that fulfilling in any way, so I don't want to do it. It does feel ingenuine, because it does feel like I'm just asking for your attention. I'm just asking for you to know who I am, versus this is who I actually want to be. This is how I actually want to connect and actually want to be looked at as, and as an artist, as a So it's always been and also less so now, because I think I gained some attention from a video that I posted back in May. And it raised my following quite a lot. And I think because of that, it proved to me that I could just do what I wanted and be authentic and not have to worry about, because I see people posting all the time, and it doesn't necessarily work. They'll have, you know, one video that works, and then the rest, I think you have to have a core. You have to have a core identity, rather than,
you want to put good stuff up. That's what you want.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, it also comes through trial and error. Sometimes you post something, it doesn't work, and it's fine. It's not, also, you don't post, for me, I don't post for things to work. I post because I like it.
What's next for you, real quick? Tell me what song you're going to finish. So what you're working on now, what are you going to do with what you're working on now?
I don't know. Since we finished the latest EP so recently, we're just trying some new stuff. We have, I don't know what the next record or songs are going to sound like yet, but we're, you know, trying to build something. I'm excited, because I was so relieved when we finished the last song, because it felt like a huge weight had been lifted of like having to have it fit in with what I've made, and having to like have a vision for it. And I could just like put that, like just like finishing it and then starting something new, I could put it in the past in that way.
So are you going to make videos for the current songs that you finished? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, for the EP.
That's
for
what
the
I
EP
thought.
that's coming
Okay.
out. Yeah, there's
Okay.
2 videos. Yeah.
Okay. Be safe out there and keep writing great tunes. All right.
I'll try my best.
All right. You have a great evening. Take care.
You too. Thank you,
We'll see
Rick.
you. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Well, that's it for this episode of the Trout Show. Thanks so much for stopping by. We appreciate it very much. Special shout out to, of course, our wonderfully talented young lady that was there, Nikita Lev. For more information about her, you can just Google her name. She's going through updating her website and Instagram and all that stuff. Trust me, you'll want to know more about her if you like her music. She's very talented, and I wish her all the success in the world. Also, shout out to the guy that keeps the lights on here, Mr. David Smith with Edward Jones. Thank you, Mr. David. And as always, more information about The Trout Show, just go to my website at thetroutshow.com. You can find everything there, all the YouTube interviews, all the podcasts, and of course, my music. So until next time, people, you know what I always say. It's only rock and roll, but I love it. See ya.